please tell me I've got an empty schedule today?
That would be nice, wouldn't it? As it is, we have a rather full schedule today. I didn't think we were going to have any clients till about 1 this afternoon.
Seekers, Penelope, seekers, not clients.
Right. Seekers. Sorry. Anyways, about 15 minutes ago, I got a call from Tara McBride. She needs a session right away.
Oh, another emergency. It must be more important than when she asked whether she should change from butter to margarine. Am I ever going to get a break?
She contributes good money to know the answer to these weighty questions. Perhaps you could use a vacation.
Yes, that would be a luxury I can't afford. At least not until one of my investment pays off. I must have invested in lots of different companies by now, and I'm waiting for one of them to pay off.
Perhaps you should try less risky investments, such as a roulette table or the slot machines at Vegas.
Thank you for your suggestion, Penelope. But that would be gambling, and I'm not a gambler. I'm a speculator.
Yes, you're a speculator. Do you know what the definition of speculator is? It means to guess or conjecture.
That's right, to conjecture. Oh, what does conjecture mean?
To guess or speculate.
Well, that makes no sense at all. It's circular logic. What I want is to get rich so that I can retire. And the only way to get there is to invest in small companies that have the opportunity of accelerated growth. Then I'll hit the jackpot. I mean, it'll pay off. I'll pay dirt, have a substantial gain in profits.
Uh-huh.
I wish I were a psychic. I mean a real one. Or at least had some luck once in a while. I must have invested in 20 different companies, and all to see them go belly up as soon as I dump my money into them.
That Flemish cream company is working out so well, is it?
I thought that was going to be a breakout company.
Turns out, that's exactly what they are. Instead of Zit Free, they should have just called it Zits Be Here. And here. Ooh, and here. I feel sorry for that model in the infomercials.
Is she still suing?
Last time I checked.
Well, next time, I'm going to allocate all these emerging companies with a number, and I'll pin them to a board. And I'll blindfold you, and I'll get you to throw darts at it.
That would make me your speculator by proxy.
Well, I couldn't do any worse, could I?
I don't have a very good throwing arm, and I've never thrown a dart before in my life.
Then that gives me some hope. At least it'd be perfectly random. We just continue until you hit something.
Well, I'm sure I'll hit something. Just make sure you're standing behind me, and even that won't guarantee your safety.
What time is Mrs. McBride due?
Oh, she should be here any time now.
What? Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I was told not to disturb you until you walked out of that door in the morning.
Do you always do everything you're told?
It's my job, and as long as I get my 33% of the take, I shall continue to do as I'm told.
Mrs. McBride is our most valued sucker.
Seeker.
Seeker. There's no one more generous to us than Mrs. McBride. I must get ready for her.
I wonder where she is.
I wonder where she is. I'll go and get ready for her.
There we are. Right on time. Hello, Mrs. McBride. How are you today?
Terrific. How are you, Penelope?
I'm doing about as well as can be expected. Thanks for asking.
I'm so excited.
Why?
I think I've had a premonition.
Really?
Yes. It came to me in a dream, and I must ask Evie about it.
Well, I'm sure Evie will have something to say about that.
Oh, he always does.
Yes, he does.
I must admit, I never believed in alien life until I met Madame Celeste. Who would have thought you could channel an entity from another planet on a parallel universe? What was the name of that planet again?
Zophar.
Yes, Zophar. I will have to talk Madame Celeste into writing a book about her experiences, and I will publish it. You left your pen on the saucer.
Oh, did I?
Look at her face.
You are always doing that.
Bad habit.
Wait, I'll just make the check out now so I won't forget later.
All right, good idea. I shall retrieve the pen when you're done. You know, Madame Celeste doesn't ask for money up front for her sessions. She relies strictly on the generosity of her seekers.
She's such a giving soul, and so valuable to all those that come to her for help. It is only right that we support her, so she can continue to do her fine work. Or, should I say, so Evie can continue to do his fine work here in Manhattan.
We all know it isn't cheap living in Manhattan.
No, and we appreciate having her here. We want to keep her in the neighborhood. Thank goodness my late husband was so well heeled. Here you are.
Thank you, Mrs. McBride. Thank you very much. Your support is always appreciated.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing so well, thank you. How are you?
Oh, as well as to be expected, thank you. And to what do we owe this unexpected visit?
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. You know I wouldn't come over on such short notice unless I had something really important to ask. I think I've had a premonition.
Really?
Yes. I had a dream last night that was so vivid and real. I must ask you that.
I'm sure Evie will have an answer.
He always does.
Yes, he does. Would you like to take a seat?
Well, yes, of course.
I would like to make myself comfortably here by putting my hands firmly on the armrests. It helps me to relax. That helps me to enter the altered state of consciousness necessary to contacting you. Sometimes it takes a little while, but at other times it... Yes, I know this seeker. Hello, Mrs. McBride.
Hello, Evie. How are you?
As well as can be expected, thank you. I sense that you have an important question for me today.
Yes, I had a dream and I wanted to ask your interpretation.
Tell me this dream, please.
I had a dream that I took a trip to Paris. And I went to the Louvre, and I met my true love. What do you think I should do? Should I go to the Louvre?
You should get a cat. You should get a cat. Then why did you say what?
Oh, I'm just a little shocked at the answer, that's all. A cat. What does that have to do with my dream? I hate cats!
You should get a cat. You asked me to interpret your dream, and I did get a cat.
Oh, all right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to question your interpretation. It was just a little unexpected. I thought maybe you would tell me to go to Paris.
No, get a cat.
Oh, right, I shall get a cat.
From a shelter.
From a shelter!
Get a cat from a shelter.
Oh, this. In fact, I thought my dream was a premonition. Well, thank you, Evie, for your reading. It was quite different.
You're welcome. I shall go now.
You're done.
And what was the result?
It appears I'm going to get a cat from the shelter.
Oh, how wonderful.
Oh, if you think so. Sometimes Evie's interpretations are
Out of this world?
yes, something like that. Well, I have a lunch date to make. After lunch, I will stop at the shelter to get a cat. Thank you, Madame Celeste, as always,
Oh,
for your help.
don't thank me. Thank Evie.
Oh, I already have.
You have a nice day now. Thanks for stopping by.
You too. Goodbye. A cat from the shelter?
I was just trying to make my point. It doesn't matter what I tell them, they want to believe.
I wonder how this will work out.
Oh, it will. It always does. And if it doesn't, if disaster strikes, then something will come out of the ashes like a phoenix. And Evie will get the full credit for it. And if she doesn't see it that way now, I'll make sure she does. Eventually. How much is that check worth?
$500.
Ah, not bad for a morning's work, is it?
Morning?
Well, it is my morning.
What keeps you up at night?
I'm looking for investments. I listen to J.M. Rocker on Late Talk Radio. He has the best advice.
Did he recommend Zitfree?
Well, yes.
I've noticed, lately, you've been getting better quickly, going in and out of your trances.
Why waste time? Cut to the chase. Get on with it. Talking of money, have you checked the stock price on Zitfree lately? What did I buy it at?
You bought it $9.92, and it's currently trading at $4.20 a share.
So, how much have I lost already?
A quick round park figure, over $70,000.
Gee, that sucks.
The bad news is, I read a blog on a financial website that says the company's going to sell half their stock to raise funds to settle the lawsuit. The good news is they're planning to use half the funds they've raised to promote their new acne product. They say it's going to take the industry by storm.
Well, if they sell any more stock, the stock price is going to go even lower.
Looks like you're going to have to put off your retirement a little while longer. That must be our next client. I mean seeker. Hello, you must be Barry Green.
Yes, hello.
Please come in. Madame Celeste should be with us shortly. In the meantime, why don't I tell you a little bit about what goes on here? Have you heard of Evie?
Yes, from one of my clients, Sarah McBride.
Oh, yes. She was just here a few minutes ago. You just missed her.
Oh, that's too bad. She told me the other day that Evie helped her cope with the loss of her husband. She says she relies on his guidance for almost everything. She talks about him every time I see her.
Oh, word of mouth is how we get most of our seekers. Please have a seat, Mr. Green.
Thank you.
Would you like some coffee?
Yes, please.
Cream or sugar or both?
A little cream, please.
You know, Madame Celeste doesn't ask a set fee for her sessions. She does this work strictly out of the kindness of her heart. She believes Evie is a great prophet who must be shared generously with as many people as possible.
Well, I feel I should give her something.
But
cheapskate. So, what do you think is fair?
I think living in Manhattan is expensive.
Right.
How does 300 sound for your first session?
That sounds like a good deal if it changes my life.
Oh, it's guaranteed to do that.
I'll give her 400 then.
400 sounds perfect. So, you say Mrs. McBride is a client of yours?
Yes, I'm her insurance agent. I inherited the business from my father, and he owned the company since 1973.
I see. Good for you.
Thank you. You left your pen on the saucer here.
I'm sorry.
Well, why don't I make out the check now so I don't forget later?
Oh, all right. Good idea. So, you own your own company?
Yes, I suppose I should just consider myself lucky and be grateful, but sometimes it feels like an anchor. I dreamt of moving out to the Rockies ever since I can remember. We always took our vacation in the mountains when I was growing up, and I grew ever so fond of them. Yellowstone National